Aveline and welcome to my channel. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. So today we are building another bungalow for my save file, and this is in Newcrest. It does look a little bit like the family bungalow, or a little bit. It kind of looks a lot like it, a little bit to the family bungalow that I did either here at the start of January, I think. Actually, it's been a while since I built that one because it was pre-recorded before I went to Denmark for Christmas and, you know, all that stuff. So yeah, it does look a little bit like that, but it is supposed to because they're neighboring houses, so they're supposed to kind of be in the same style. And bungalows, I feel like it's very limited what you can do with one-story homes, especially when they're supposed to be the same kind of architectural style as well, so that was a little bit of a struggle, but I did add some extra shape to it. I did this house in a different color scheme as well, so the other one is mainly, I think it's white and red, and this one will be mainly black, gray, and also blue. So the last house that I'm gonna do here on this street, or the last 30 by 20 house that I'm gonna do here on this street will probably be the Danish inspired house, I think. I was supposed to build that the other day, but then for some reason I just kind of forgot that I was supposed to do that and started building this instead. I don't know how that happened, but in my plans it says Danish house, but I ended up building this one instead. I'm very confused about it. I don't know how that happened, but that will be coming up at some point. Hopefully I can find the time to do that on another Thursday for another Thursday build. So yeah, that should be coming up as well for the last 30 by 20, and then we got another one of 40 by 20 that we need to build on as well. Not entirely sure what to do about that still. I did get a lot of suggestions from you guys, so I will be checking those out before I start building on it, but it'll probably be a while before we get to that lot. But other than that, I think this street is actually turning out really nice. I've also finally started the last empty area here in Newcrest, which is the lower left area, so there should be a build for that area or in that area coming up on Saturday, and it's a contemporary build. It's quite big. It was on a 40 by 30 and I went a little bit overboard, but hopefully you guys will like it anyways. It does have a weird color scheme, I will say that though, like, you've been warned. But I finally started that area as well. Super excited to build on a 50 by 40, by the way, because I feel like you can do a lot of stuff on that lot. Like, I don't know, it's just a very big lot to work on, so I'm very excited about that, but it'll probably be a while before I start building on that lot as well, because I got different plans for Brindleton Bay I need to do, or need to finish, and I got something in Dilsel Valley that I want to work on for 2 weeks from now, I think, so super excited about that as well, but I'm not going to be talking about that too much. Sorry, I know that it's kind of like, it's a little bit vague, like, I got these plans, but I can't tell you what it is. I just don't want to spoil the surprise, so yeah. I'm super excited though, so I hope you guys will be looking forward to that too. But today we are building this one-story bungalow for a small family that consists of 2 parents and a kid. Did that sentence make sense? I hope so. Yeah, it's got room for 2 parents and a kid. I think I may also have added some stuff for a dog, like a toy box, for example, but I don't remember adding food bowls, which is kind of awkward. So if I haven't added food bowls, I'll remember to do that before uploading this to the gallery. It would just be typical me, to be honest. Anyways, so it's for 2 parents, a kid, and possibly also a pet. But yeah, I definitely feel like when it comes to families, well, families in The Sims, I kind of tend to prefer cat or dogs over cats for some reason, like, or not necessarily prefer, but I often add, because the cat litter boxes are a little bit difficult to fit into my toilets sometimes, because you guys know I make very small bathrooms. So the litter boxes kind of take up a lot of space, so I tend to go with dogs instead of cats, but I should definitely get better at adding cat stuff to my family homes instead, or as well on top of the dog stuff. I mean, they could have both as well, but this time around we're sticking to another dog, I think, unfortunately, if you're a cat person. But they do have 2 bathrooms, so if you want them to have a cat instead of a dog, or if you want them to have both and you need to add the litter box, you can definitely move some things around in the bathrooms and there should be room for a little box. But anyways, moving on from the pet stuff, we've been talking about that for like 2-3 minutes by now. So moving on, the exterior of this house, I was definitely trying to make it like just very cutesy, lots of flowers, lots of plants around. I wanted it to match the exterior and also the landscaping of the neighboring house as well, so I was trying to go for the same kind of style. I feel like the exteriors of these houses on this street, or the row of houses on this street, they'll kind of like, it's a little bit romantic, it's very flowery and very cutesy, so, and very pretty, you know. So yeah, I was definitely trying to go for those vibes as well. I'll also have to do that for the Danish house that I'm supposed to build, and also for the 40 by 20, which is still making me nervous. Who builds in a 40 by 20? It's so weird. It's such a weird lot size, like it's very long and then narrow. We'll see when we get there. But definitely trying to go for the cutesy vibes for this exterior. I also used this fencing from Toddler's Stuff Pack. I don't often use it because it's very, like, it's not very tall. It's a very low fence, so it kind of looks a little bit funny in front of houses. Plus, usually I would often go for hedges rather than fencing, I feel like. So it's not very often that I actually end up using proper fencing. So for a change, I decided to go for that, and I don't know, I just felt like it fit the whole cutesy vibe that we were going for, and I also added some flowers in front of it as well. And other than that, yeah, those flower boxes, by the way, I did get a question about them on another video, and they're from Get Famous. I just wanted to point that out. They're from Get Famous and they're so cute, they're so pretty. So yeah, definitely use those a lot. So before we start talking about the interior, I did get a suggestion on the Discord server. By the way, if you want to join that, there is an invitation link down below. I know I plug the Discord server quite often here in videos, but we're having so much fun. Like, everyone is so nice over there. So seriously, if you're on Discord and you've been thinking about joining, you should definitely do it. Everyone is so nice and just very welcoming. And did I say nice already? So yeah, you should definitely join if you want to. But I did get a suggestion on there asking if maybe I could take some questions and answer them from like build to build. So if you have any questions that you want me to answer in Saturday's video, do let me know in the comment section down below. I'll probably pick out a couple of them just in case, because I know there's like far in between Q&As here on the channel as well, and I don't really talk that much about like random stuff during videos. I feel like I'm getting better at sticking to talking about, you know, the build itself. So if you do have any suggestions, or not suggestions, if you have any questions that you want me to answer in the next build video that should be coming up on Saturday, do let me know in the comment section. So for the interior for this build, I was actually I thought I chose a different color scheme than the neighboring house, but as it turns out, because I checked afterwards, I also went with green walls in the neighboring house, so I'm sorry about that. They were supposed to look completely different on the interior. The other house is very beige and green though. This one is more darker brown and then green, but I don't know, I just really like green walls these days apparently. The house coming up on Saturday is also kind of green. I don't know what's going on because I don't actually like the green. I don't actually like the color green that much, but you know, it's a weird phase, I guess, or something like that. But we're going for green walls, and I was desperately trying to make those couches match in the wood color because I like them. They're from Parenthood, but unfortunately the swatches are so weird when it comes to these couches. I don't understand why they made them like that, so they don't fully match. I'm hoping you can just kind of like ignore it just a little bit, but there was no, I don't know, the couches just don't match, and it's so strange, but I don't know what to do about it because I want to use them now and then, and it's been a while since I used them the last time. I used them a lot previously, like a year ago. I would use them over and over and over, but it's been a while since the last time, so I thought it was about time. Also because I really wanted this house to be like very kid-friendly and very family-like, very cozy, just like, yeah, just like a cozy little family home that just screams family, you know what I mean? And I just feel like those couches are very family-like because they're not like super classy or designer couches, or they don't look expensive in any way. They're just kind of like cozy and cute, you know what I mean? So I said that the color scheme was more like a darker brown. Actually, it's more like a mixture between darker brown, like a medium brown, whereas the other house is more beige. I just thought I would point that out. We're also adding a lot more color to the interior in this build compared to the other one as far as I remember. So yeah, they should look different. It was just kind of funny with the green walls. I don't know why I like green these days. Okay, anyways. So this is the kitchen, and I definitely feel like it's been a while since the last time I used these counters. They're from Parenthood, and they're so country cute. I just really, really love them, but I definitely feel like it's been a while. I probably used them in the other build as well, let's be honest, but other than that, I don't remember having used them since maybe around a famous release or something like that. So in my mind, it's been a while, and I thought it was about time. Also because the color just kind of matched the whole medium brown, dark brown kind of theme that I was going for as well. So also because they're just so cute, and they definitely scream like family to me, you know, like family kitchen to me. So we do have a lot of space to work with in here. I will say, like, the kitchen is really big. I also ended up not putting the dining area in here. It's in the hallway kind of. Like, the floor plan of this house is just very strange because we have a lot of like bits and pieces sticking out from the square. You know, when you build, you have a square and then you put like extra squares on it so that the house gets some shapes, so it's not just a square. Well, there's a lot of like extra squares in this build, so the floor plan was a little bit strange to do. Also, why the kitchen, or not the kitchen, but one of the bathrooms is quite narrow, and actually that one is not narrow. That's actually a big bathroom for me. But for example, the child's bedroom is very narrow compared to it being a bedroom, but it's because of the whole like house shape and these extra squares that I added to it just to add some shape. So yeah, that happens sometimes, you know. It's often like you, after building the exterior of a build, you can look at it and be like, the floor planning for this house is gonna be horrendous. But you know, you just gotta deal with it sometimes. So yeah, the kitchen in here is a little bit big, but it's because of the floor planning issues that I was dealing with, also because of the windows. I don't know, I feel like maybe I should get better at building exteriors with the floor plan in mind. I did do that for a while, but then I kind of forgot for a bit. I don't know, I'm maybe a little bit rusty still after coming home from Denmark. I don't fully know. I also haven't been building houses that much lately. I've been building more apartments, so usually I'd have like 3 house builds up a week or something like that, and now it's more like 1 to 2 house builds or 1 to 2 apartments every week. So yeah, I'm maybe a little bit rusty when it comes to building exteriors. Also because one of the builds is actually, like, one of the builds I do every week is actually a renovation now, so I don't build the whole exterior of that either. I don't know, it's kinda, I should definitely get back on that. But yeah, I do like this kitchen. It's very welcoming, and there's a lot of stuff going on in here. I can definitely imagine them having like, you know, like where they cook together or something like that. It would be very cozy. Or maybe the child could sit here at the island and do their homework while the parents are cooking or something. They could be having a nice little conversation or just keeping each other company or something like that. So when it comes to houses, I usually have a hallway to when you come into the house from the front door, but also through the back door. I feel like I often have a hallway there as well, if I'm not mistaken, especially with bigger houses. But because of the floor planning issues I was having with this house, there is no hallway to the back door. So this is actually, but not every house has that though, so do keep that in mind. But this is actually kind of like the hallway. I decided to turn it into, it's a very big hallway, so I decided to turn it into the dining room instead, so they can sit here and eat dinner together, or breakfast or lunch or whatever they want to eat. Or just random meals now and then is completely fine as well, I'm not judging. But yeah, I also added some bookcases and a lot of clutter as well. This is a very cluttered build, but you guys know I've been going a little bit crazy with clutter lately. I don't know, I just came home from Denmark and I felt like I needed a change when it came to interior, so I decided to add more detail because I really like details. It's also why I love doing exteriors so much, because you can just like play around with all these different things and put them on your build. There's the bare wall to the right now, and it's kind of annoying me, but I'm gonna fix it later, don't worry about that. Just ignore it. But yeah, I just needed kind of a change with the interior, so I decided to go a little bit crazy with clutter to you know, try something new. I did used to use a lot of clutter before, but I've kind of been turning it up just a little bit since coming home, so yeah, a lot of clutter in my latest builds. So this is the parents' bedroom, and I was having a few issues with especially the bed swatch, because that bed right there, which is from Get Famous by the way, but it just it has some weird swatches, I'm not gonna lie. It really clashed with the green walls, so I decided to swap the wall color out with the blue one instead so that I could use this color bed instead. Also because I didn't want to use the plain white bed because the wood color was kind of like this light brown, and that's not what we're going for throughout this build. So I decided to swap it over to this more kind of like light blue minty kind of color instead. I think it still clashes a little bit with the wall color, I'm not gonna lie. I might go back and change the wall color again, but if I'd ended up using a yellow wall instead, it would have looked a little bit out of place or something, so I decided to go for a blue one instead. I don't know what the logic was behind that, but I might go back and change it before uploading this to the gallery or something like that. But I do like how their room turned out. It's very, everything's kind of like close together. It's just very cozy in there, and I freaking love all the Get Famous stuff. By the way, the mid-century modern stuff, I just love it so much, and I use it way too much as well. I've been using it a lot throughout this entire build, and that's why I needed to use that bed as well. It's just kind of like, it's casual, it's not too luxurious. I think it still has nice stats in game as well, like for comfortableness, comfort, and also how much sleep your Sims get, like those kind of stats. I think that bed's stats is still pretty, they're still pretty good if I'm not mistaken, but I honestly don't keep an eye on that too much because when you want to build in different kind of styles, you're kind of forced to not look at the stats too much, because otherwise if you want your Sims to have all the good stats, like all the furniture with the good stats, you're kind of stuck using the same items over and over and over. So I tend to not look at that too much, but I do feel like that bed still has, you know, decent stats. So for this room, which is the kids' room, I was definitely struggling a little bit. Like I said earlier, it's very narrow, which meant that I had to move things around and playtest it while building or furnishing this room as well, because everything was just kind of in the way and the Sim couldn't get in here, or it couldn't sit down, couldn't get to the bed or something else. So I was playtesting this a lot while furnishing it, but I think it turned out like it's very close together. Everything is just kind of like crammed in this little space, but it's very cute in here. I used a lot of the stuff from the kids room stuff pack. I definitely feel like we need more stuff or more furniture for kids, definitely 100%. But it's been a while since we got anything for kids, I feel like, so yes, definitely need more of that. I don't even remember if we got anything with seasons, to be honest. I don't think so, so it's definitely been a very long time. So yeah, I'm kind of stuck using this stuff from Kids Room Stuff Pack a little bit, but it's nice that they have a lot of different swatches at least, so that's pretty cool. I don't know if it's a girl or a boy who lives in here, by the way. I don't think it's not a very gender specific room, it's just kind of like a generic kids' bedroom, I guess. I also wasn't really going for any sort of theme or any sort of personality for this room because the room was just so small, so it was difficult to kind of, you know, you gotta fit the essentials in here. They have to have their own desk, and also I decided to put a bookcase in here instead of a wardrobe, but they can still use the mirror as their wardrobe, by the way. You can do the same things in the mirror as you can with a closet or a dresser, so just keep that in mind for gameplay. They still can use that. So it should be a fully playable kids room in here, even though everything is kind of crammed together. I also tested the bookcase, and my Sim was able to go there and pick a book from the shelves, so that should work too. So everything else should be fine as well, and just keep that in mind with the mirror. It works just like a dresser. But anyways, here for the backyard, I did not leave a lot of green space. That's not what it's called. I did not leave a lot of empty grass is what I meant to say, but you know, green space, grass, what's the difference? Anyways, so they have a lot of flowers going on here, just like at the front. I went a little bit crazy, and I also added a swing for the kid. I don't know if you can use it together so that someone can push you while you're on the swing though, so keep that in mind. I also gave them a pool, and I gave them a grill area. Of course I did, because you know, it's a family home. My family homes always need grills because it's just so freaking cozy to sit there and eat together. So yeah, actually do let me know if you play in my family homes. Do you use the grills that I put in there? Because I just really love the idea of every family home having a grill area outside so they can sit and speak together. Eat together is what I meant to say. I don't know, it's just very, very cozy. I also use these kind of slabs that are, I think they're pool accessories or fountain accessories to line up this little area with the tiles so it looked a little bit nicer, a little bit cleaner, I would say. And yeah, I like how that looks instead of the debug items that I usually use, that everyone uses nowadays as well. So yeah, I use these slabs instead just because they kind of matched the tiles as well, so I thought that looked very nice. But anyways guys, we're getting to the end of this video, so I'm gonna wrap up this voiceover now. If you like this build, you can download it off the gallery. My ID is AvelineYT, and you can also find it under the hashtag Aveline or AvelineYT. I've also left the download link in the description down below, by the way, and also the name and price and bedrooms and toilets and all that stuff about the build, what world it's placed in, and also, did I say the lot size already? I don't know, but everything is written in the description down below, along with the cheats that I use, and also a link to the red clutter shelf. I often get questions about that. It's linked in the description. Always read the description. So yeah, if you're interested, you can find it either in the description or on the gallery. And other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to like and subscribe and all that good stuff if you did, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye bye.
Time's running out, so take the chance. Make a move, 'cause the store won't stay open.